Can I have one host amongst all of you? Meanwhile, I'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, I would like to heartily welcome you all to today morning's Srimad Bhagavatam session. Welcome. And I'll feel welcomed if you all turn on your videos. That's when I feel you accepted my welcome. So if you're not, yes, anything that you're doing, I don't mind. Our Anupam Govind Prabhu, he turns on his video even when he's driving a vehicle. I absolutely don't mind. Wherever you are, you can turn on your video, and then if you want to do something, you can do. If you want to listen attentively, you can listen. It doesn't matter. I know you all don't have any shortage of internet. Just keep it on. All right. So today we are going to be discussing an amazing Leela. Now I'll tell you the backstory first. I'll make it a little thrilling. Yes. I usually what we do is we first tell the pastime, and after the pastime is done, then we go to the backstory. Okay, why this particular demon in Vrindavan? What happened? So I'm going to tell you the backstory first. This will make it really very thrilling and exciting, and you all can try to guess who is that person. All right. So this particular pastime which I'm going to tell, this pastime is there in a very, very amazing Purana which has lot of Krishna Leela, and it has lot of pastimes which has many details. The Bhagavatam pastime details are there in this Purana, and that Purana is called as Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Yes. So in this particular Brahma Vaivarta Purana, there was a king. He was the king of Pandya Desh, South Indian provincial king. Yes, South Indian king of Pandya Desh. So sometimes they even call it Pandya Raj. Pandya. Pandya is a very, very common title and a surname that South Indian gets. So there was a South Indian king of Pandya Desh. His name was Sahasraksha. Actually, Sahasraksha is the name of whom? It's Krishna's name. Sahasya Shrirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. Sahasraksha means who has thousands of eyes. And that's what Lord Krishna says in the 13th chapter. Krishna says in the 13th chapters that I have eyes everywhere. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshishirormukam sharvata shrutimaloke sarvam avrita tishtati. I'm everywhere. God is everywhere. We hear this particular proverb, right? God is everywhere. And how is everywhere? Because he has his faculties everywhere, the spiritual faculties. The eyes, the nose, the ears, the tongue, the touch, everything is everywhere. And that's why they say God is everywhere. Krishna is everywhere. So he's called as Sahasraksha, one with thousands of eyes. So this king was a person with thousands of eyes. A king is supposed to be exemplary, is supposed to be a very good example. But usually the very meaning of the word king, this comes from this Sanskrit word Raja. Is there any other word that comes from Raja? Rajogun. Yes, the very meaning of king or Raja is one who has lots and lots of Rajoguna, passion. And this is one of the reasons a king is allowed to marry many times. Polygamy is very common practice in the royalty because that king has lot of Rajoguna, lots and lots of passion. So he's marrying, okay, you can have, you can use your passion Use your passion to produce many, many children. That's the purpose of, yeah, that's how you engage passion. But this particular king, yes, he had gone for an outdoor activity. Yes, and he was enjoying with 1,000 wives. Sahasraksha, Sahasra means thousand literally, enjoying with his Sahasra wives, thousands of wives in a particular place, right? And it is customary. Now, there's a very, very strong statement. It is said one should actually never be naked. Yes. Even that's why there's a practice in the Vedic times that even when somebody's bathing, they cover their bodies and bathe. Only till the time the personal bathrooms came, then people start becoming naked everywhere. But actually, when we are naked, we are insulting the directions. Yes. And that's why when we talk, yes, when we teach, when we train, we tell that one should never, even when we are dipping inside a river, one should wear the undergarments. Otherwise, it's insulting the river. Yes. So one should never, human life, one is never to be naked at any point of time. One can only be naked when one is indulging in sex life or begetting children, that too in night. Yes, there's a time for that. There's time for everything. The Antima Prahara, that is 9 to 12, that is the time one is allowed to be naked for the purpose of begetting Krishna conscious children and having sex life. Otherwise, one should never be naked. Yes, one's genitals should always be covered. That's the science. That's how it is. But this king was so shameless. He became so shameless that he got naked in a public place. Of course, it was his private quarters. But there, the whole kingdom, he thought, oh, the entire kingdom is my kingdom, my tract of land. But little did he know that in that place there was a great sage who was performing meditation sadhana. You all have to guess the sage. This sage is known for giving curse. He gives curse very quickly. Instant curse. You want curse? Go to this sage. Go and interact with him. You will definitely get a curse. Who is he? Very easy. Yes, his name was Durvasa, Durvasa Muni. And this fellow had the audacity to go naked in front of Durvasa Muni. As soon as this guy got in front of Durvasa Muni, he sorry, you are naked. But actually, the meaning of Durvasa itself is naked. You know that? Even Durvasa Muni is a Muni who is naked. Yes, he doesn't wear anything. But he is naked because he is very advanced in yogic platform. Vasa means clothes. We sing this song, right? Yashomati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidana Amala Harinamamiya Vilasa Ipina Purandara Navina Nagarabara Vamsi Badana Suvasa. So Krishna is called Suvasa. Suvasa means who wears amazing clothes. Yes, he wears very nice dress. Wonderful dresses is called as Suvas. On the other hand, Durvasa Muni is naked. If you call, hey, you are naked, he'll curse you. So what to say? So people will call you, you're Durvas. You're not wearing proper clothes. So opposite of Suvas, Durvas. So that's how he gets his name. So Durvasa Muni, one naked person coming in front of other naked person, he said, how can you come naked in front of me? This is insult to me. This is insult. So those such great personalities like Durvasa, Gaur Kumaras, Navayogendras, Shukadev Maharaj, Shukadev Goswami, they are also naked, but we don't call them naked. We call them dressed with directions. They're using the 10 directions as their garments to dress. That is how we address them. We never see you naked, right? All right. So he cursed him. He cursed him to live on the earthly realm for 100,000 years. And as soon as you get a curse, what does the person who's cursed, what does he do? Humble. Oh, great sage, please do not do this to me. I am very, uh, uh, very fallen. Please save me. Then the sage, all right. Sahasra, everything became Sahasra for him. Sahasra life also, Sahasra, 100 Sahasras you have to live on the earth. But then don't worry, you will be killed by Lord Krishna. And this person became a demon. And this particular demon became that particular demon who became a whirlwind. Whirlwind. There are a lot of storm warnings which come here. Strong warnings of storm warnings. They come in this side, US, Canada. There are tornadoes. You've seen that. So we get signal. Mobile phone tells us tornado alert, forest fire alert. We get whatever activity you're doing, whatever phone call, it stops and there's an alert. It rings for at least 20 seconds and tells, please be at home. Don't come out and gives us warning. So this person became the tornado, the whirlwind. Anyone knows his name? What is the name of this whirlwind? The whirlwind's name is tick tick one, tick tick two. I'll give time also. Time limit also is there. Yes, Trnavarta. Trnavarta. Trnavarta is the name. Trnavarta. That's it. So now Krishna was a little short of 3 years. Small baby. And Mother Yashoda was very happy to see that Krishna is becoming chubby, chubby, like a baby. Like, very healthy baby. Mothers like that. Yes. If you're chubby in adulthood, that is not good. Adulthood, you have to be very athletic and lean. But you're chubby, chubby in childhood. Wow, that's nice. So Krishna knows what features to exhibit exactly as per that particular age. So Mother Yashoda wanted to take Krishna. She was taking Krishna like this and throwing him up and catching. How many of you remember being, being thrown up and caught by your parents? We don't remember. But how many of you are sure they definitely would have done it? We definitely would have been thrown in the air and caught. Yes. So Krishna, he is heavier than the heaviest, and he can be lighter than the lightest. He can be heavier than the universe. He can be lighter than an atom. That is because Krishna is Yogeshwara. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara. And one of the eight powers of mysticism is one can adjust one's weight. One can become lighter than cotton. One can become heavier than Meru also. That's the power that one has. So Krishna didn't want much pain for Yashoda Mai. He used to be light. The exact weight. He used to adjust the weight such a way. Mother Yashoda will, in fact, many times, even an adult child goes to home. His mother says, no matter how hefty, chubby, fat he is, mother says, you become so thin. You're not eating anything. Come, I will feed you more. So the exact weight that can please Mother Yashoda and she can handle. Krishna took that weight and then she was throwing up and coming down, throwing up and coming down. So this is Vrindavan story. Now let's go to Mathura. Let's go to Mathura. What was happening in Mathura? Kamsa sent two of his best henchmen. Okay, sorry, one henchwoman, one henchman. And both of them did not come back and give any report. This is the first time Kamsa is experiencing, right? Somebody going and not reporting back. Otherwise, any order that I give, people come back and report. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is they are gone. In the last 2 days, we discussed how they're gone. So that time, one of the servants of Kamsa was summoned, and his name was Trnavarta. And Kamsa instructed him, you whirlwind, you go there and you destroy my enemies. Just go and destroy. I don't care what kind of damage you cause. I want my enemy to be killed because I am fearful of him. Please do it. Right? So after some time, Mother Yashoda had picked and placed Krishna aside and she began doing her household affairs. She continued, right? Her household chores. Yes. So now the whirlwind came there. And as soon as whirlwind came there, now not a blade of grass moves without Krishna's sanction. So when the whirlwind came there, Krishna thought, he's a demon. And he has come to actually take me up and throw me from there. Acha, this is his plan. That's his strategy to kill me. Why should I go? I need not go, right? I can increase my weight and remain there. But wait a minute. Krishna thought, I really want to see my dham, Vrindavan. I always see, but I miss seeing it from the top. I want a top view, drone view. Isn't a drone view, helicopter view? That's the kind of view I want of my dham. Mother Yashoda is able to lift me a few feet above the ground. That's it. On the other hand, this demon can do some service for me and lift me to a great height. And let this demon lift me so high, so high, so high from the top. I can see how beautiful my Vrindavan Dham looks. That is something I'm eager to see. All right. So now what did Krishna do when Mother Yashoda, whirlwind came, Mother Yashoda tried to pick Krishna. But she couldn't pick Krishna because he became very heavy. Why did Krishna become heavy? Had Mother Yashoda carried Krishna, whirlwind would have carried Mother Yashoda also. And if Mother Yashoda is also carried by the whirlwind, then she will be in anxiety. Now, why to give my trouble to my mother? So I'll become heavy so that she is not able to carry me. And Mother Yashoda is confused. Just so I lifted him, I threw him like this. Now I'm not able to lift. What to do? So she did not pick Krishna. So she left him. And as soon as Mother Yashoda left Krishna, then Krishna became very light, very, very light, very light. And now this whirlwind came and he was able to easily pick up Krishna. And he picked up Krishna, and in that great dust storm, yes, he raised, and went to all over Vrindavan. So Krishna was very happy to have this joy ride. Yay! He was happy. He was so happy. Yes, you see, children become very happy when you lift them up and catch. Yes. So Krishna became even more happy. I was just now getting lifted a few feet above the ground, but now I'm getting lifted, my God, miles above the ground. This is so exciting, so thrilling, wonderful, so nice. Yes, everybody else had got blinded because the dust storm had totally covered their visibility. In fact, that whirlwind had the power to even control the visibility, and the entire Vrindavan Dham became densely dark. It became totally dark. No one could see anything except Krishna. He could see Vrindavan. So nobody was able to do it. I was like, where is God? Who is there? Who is there? Nothing to be visible. Only Krishna was having fun. So this Trnavarta had picked up Krishna on his shoulders. So during this catastrophe, when this happened, Mother Yashoda could not see her baby, who was actually taking away. And as soon as she understood Krishna is gone away with the wind, she began to piteously cry. She fell down on the ground just like a cow would fall down and cry when the cow would lose her calf. That's the kind of emotion she had. She was crying. Yes. And when your mother Yashoda was crying, everybody saw Yashoda crying. Yes. All the women came there and they said, please don't worry. We'll look for the baby. He must be somewhere. We will search whole of Vrindavan. If need be, we'll search the whole world. But we'll find this baby. So everybody, because nobody wanted to see Mother Yashoda to be very sad and aggrieved. So they all started to go and see, where is this baby? Where is this baby? Yes. And everybody was totally disappointed and devastated. Why? Because no matter how hard they tried, they could not find the baby. So this is the scene happening now. Now let's go up. We'll go up once again. Upar, upar. Okay, what is happening up? Up there is fun. Here there is tragedy. We call it melancholy. Everyone's crying. Look, where is Krishna? God and Krishna above is. The demon is excited because my mission is accomplished. I'm just a few steps away from my grand success. I'll go and tell my master, no, your two henchmen failed. One henchwoman, one henchman failed. You should have called me first. I would have done it easily. He was very, very confident, overconfident. So he had taken the Krishna on his shoulder and he had gone so high in the sky. And now something happens. Now Krishna uses his mystic powers and starts slowly increasing his weight. He starts increasing in weight so much that this particular whirlwind had to stop. His whirling activity stopped completely. And baby Krishna made himself so heavy, that now the wind was slowly coming down. Takeoff happened very smoothly. Now the landing was going to happen. And it was not going to be landing, it was going to be crash landing because he was not under control. When does landing happen? Landing happens when the pilot is in control. But when does crash landing happen? Crash landing happens when my pilot loses control. The pilot was going to lose control. He thought I'm going to get crash landed. And Krishna had tightly got onto the neck of Trnavarta. Yes, and Trnavarta was trying to remove that. But this is Krishna's policy. Anyone who catches me, I will catch them. And even if they want to leave me, I will not leave them. That is very hopeful for us, for the sadhakas. Even sincerely, once we have got Krishna, in once. Krishna, even if we go back to some materialistic activities, we become materialist, go back to the material world, fall down to sense gratification. Yes, Krishna also says, Shipram bhavati dharmatma, shashvat shantim nigacchati, kaunteya pratijanehi, name bhaktah pranashyati. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. That fellow will become again dharmatma. He'll come back. Very soon, he returns. Very soon, I said, it can be even in this lifetime. Compared to our entire material existence, coming back in this very life is also very soon. Yes, so Krishna does not leave some person like that. He doesn't leave. Yes. So Krishna, baby Krishna made himself so heavy. So heavy. So he was coming down. He was trying to leave his neck. Krishna was not leaving him. And Trinavarth felt that he is not carrying a baby. He is carrying a huge mount. He was trying his level best to get out, but was unable to do so. And eventually he felt so choked up. He got so choked up, his eyes popped out from the sockets. You've seen this cartoon? In cartoon, it looks very funny, like eyes popping out. But in real life, it's a great tragedy. It's one of the greatest tragedy. The eyes popping out from the sockets, and with his eyes popped out, he started crying. Leave me, leave me, leave me. He was fiercely crying, and he fell down on the land of Vrindavan, and he died. The analogy given by Bhagavatam is exactly just as Tripurasura. Tripurasura he was pressed against by the trident of Lord Shiva, Shiva's Trishul, and then how he got smashed. Like that he was smashed. And when he smashed and hit the ground, the stone ground, his limbs all his limbs became smashed. And now, previously he was a whirlwind, right? Wind is not visible to naked eyes. You cannot see the wind, visualize the wind. But now, all the Vrajavasis, after his limbs got smashed, were able to see this particular demon. They all saw his various limbs, right? So this is how Krishna, even though a baby, a weightless baby, he acquired weight and he defeated just through his weight. So this entire pastime shows how Krishna is adjusting his weight. Yes, his weight. He knows when to be heavy and when to be light. So what is lit? We have to focus on some practical application of how exactly what is this Trinavarta tendency. We'll spend some time on that. In this world, when does a person become proud? Can you tell? When a person who is proud? Anyone? When does a person become very proud? None of you have experience of pride, I think. That's why you're all silent. Okay, someone in an esteemed position, okay, one who gets fame, one who achieves something, wealth or knowledge. Yes. So pride can come because of Shastra Bhagavatam says four things. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shribhir. Yedamana Madapuman. Naivarati Abhidatum Vai Twama Kinchana Gochara. Mother Kunti, Queen Kunti in her prayers. She says high birth, lot of luxury and opulences, lot of learning, education, skills, and Shri, beauty. These four things can lead to Madanda, and can become blinded by one's pride. So people get proud. But Trnavarta especially represents pride of useless scholarship. Useless scholarship. In this world, there are people who become big scholars of a particular subject, but that subject doesn't have any practical application in this world or in the journey back to Godhead. That is called as useless scholarship. It's of no use. It can also refer to a person who is mindlessly, he has memorized and learned so many shlokas, but he's not applying anything. Those shlokas are not going to help him. I had one, I had two such students in my college, two students who knew the Mahabharat, so you know the Srimad Bhagavatam by heart. Can you imagine what a siddhi that is? 18,000 slokas by heart. Yeah, they knew. But they wouldn't chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They wouldn't chant anything. They only knew the shlokas, right? So such a person is called as Bharavahi. Yes, he's simply carrying the truckload of useless knowledge. That knowledge is useless because there's no application. Bhagavatam is the most nectarian thing, but there is no, he knows, but there is absolutely no application. Yes. So that is Bharavahi. Such kind of Bharavahi, useless scholar. Bharavahi is actually a donkey who carries the Bhara or the weight. Is called as Bharavahi, useless scholarship. Yes. And what happens because of such useless scholarship? One gets a lot of material knowledge or even scriptural knowledge, so-called Shastric knowledge. It gives rise to debate, tendency of debate and argument. There are so many scholars. I can name a handful, but I don't want to, who studied Sanskrit, so much of Sanskrit, they started finding fault with Prabhupada. They found fault with Prabhupada and they left the ISKCON movement and went on to start their own society and movement, and they have vanished the face of the earth. They are no more visible. Yes, they were shining devotees. But as long and until they were repeating Prabhupada's philosophy, whatever Prabhupada has spoken, they are repeating. Yes, they are quoting as it is. They were getting mercy of Guru Parampara. But as soon as the Trinavarta Asura came, they started getting, okay, this sloka, that book, this book. Bahu Shastra, Bahu Vakya, Chitta Hoya Brahma. By unnecessarily reading so many stuff, they got so much bogged up. The Trinavarta Asura, it took them away from Guru Parampara, and thus their bhakti got crushed, choked because of that. So they get into debate with devotees, arguments with devotees. Oh, this is not correct. This is not. Prabhupada is not all correct. Prabhupada also has made mistakes. So they speak like that. And there are some fellows who have no connection with Parampara. They give dry reasoning, dry logic. They know they're Sanskrit scholars. They know so much of Sanskrit. They sit and speculate Shastra and they think they know everything. Their knowledge is not as per the Guru Parampara system. They say, "Arey, we have all knowledge. We know everything. And because of we know Sanskrit, we know everything. We will only create different meanings." And this is a dry reasoning and dry logic. Yes. And they also have their own association. Armchair speculators. Once one devotee, he found out that there is a professor who has done PhD in Jiva Goswami Sandarbhas. So this devotee became very happy. Oh, I'm going to get an appointment with this person. Can you imagine Jiva Goswami's Sandarbhas? He has read and he has done his PhD. How pure devotee he must be. So as soon as he went inside, and the first thing he says is, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. He said, what? Hari Bol. He said, Hari what? He said like that. He didn't even welcome him. He didn't even acknowledge him. And suddenly he felt, that devotee felt, I'm getting some smell. What is this? That fellow was smoking cigarette. Smoking cigarette, and other hand he was commentary. So people do that. They're armchair speculators of Shastras. They take Shastras and they sit on the armchair, the rocking chair, they're smoking, having non-veg and discussing Bhagavad Gita. Which means there is no application of austerity or merciful nature, ahimsa, tapasya. There is no application. They are just simply dry speculators. So dry logicians. This is the tendency of Trnavarta. Yes. So usually these kind of people drift away to Mayavad or Buddhist philosophy. Correct? Buddhist philosophy, Buddhism philosophy means there is no soul. That is the philosophy of Buddhist. And Mayavadi means there is no God. You are only God. That is Mayavadi philosophy. So eventually this philosophy makes one very, very sinful, very offensive to Krishna. And then one loses bhakti. Bhakti is lost. That sweetness of bhakti is lost. So this can come in devotees. We have to be very careful. Yes. First, get thoroughly grounded in Prabhupada's books. That loyalty to Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's teaching should be there. And based on Prabhupada's teaching, then we can read other literatures of Acharyas if Krishna has given us that ability. We have the scholarly ability, we can go through, browse through and read. So how to avoid this fault? Yes. So to avoid this fault and to strangle this demon, what is very important is a devotee has to really become humble. Acharya has explained humility is the only way. And how do we become humble? We become humble when we give up our own attempts to understand the world, understand Krishna, understand nature, and we surrender to devotees, to Krishna, and sit at the lotus feet and hear. Jnane prayasa udapase namanti eva, jivanti sanmukharitam bhavadiya varta. Tane stita shrudigatam tanuvak manovir, yaprayaso api jajitadiso api traistilokhyam. This is what even Brahmaji says. Jnane prayasa. I'm going to give up my own endeavor to understand you, Lord. Brahma Mohan Leela, why it happened? Because Krishna, Brahma tried to understand. I'll try to measure Krishna. I will try to understand Krishna with my own effort, my own endeavor. So we have to give that. We have to understand, we have to be dependent. Jivanti sanmukha haritam. Sanmukha are those who are facing devotees, who are so facing Krishna. Sanmukh, who are or Vimukh. Vimukh are who have turned their face away from Krishna. And Sanmukh are those who are actually facing Krishna. Jivanti sanmukha haritam. We live those devotees and become humble. Sthane sthita shruti gatam tanuvak manovir. I will listen to Srimad Bhagavatam from their lotus mouth. I will listen to their instructions and be humble. Yes. And thus, when we make this particular step, then Krishna will strangle that demon of Trnavarta. He'll get strangled up. And that is the lesson that we have to understand. Okay. All right. Anyone has any question regarding today's discussion? They can go ahead. Yes. Baby Japu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. Thank you for this beautiful class. I think you clearly explained. Could I ask you a question about last week? Not last week, on Monday's question. Is that
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Monday's So Monday, Prabhuji, you spoke about the seven mothers. So I have a question about the seven mothers. I wanted to ask you one moment, please, Prabhuji. I just want to read my question so I don't misrepresent. But I wanted to ask you, dear Lord, please forgive me. Okay, my question is, Prabhuji, it says the seven months is one of the seven mothers. Is that you have to be a nurse, you have to be the biological mother, you have to be the wife of the spiritual master, etc. So I wanted to ask you, if one does not fall under these 7 categories, are they not to be considered a mother? What if someone's not a biological mother but takes care of they might have younger nieces and nephews or younger siblings, so they've taken care of them, they have that maternal affection for them. What category do they fall into? And then I also had other devotees, some of them that said that some of us should not be addressed as Matajis if we don't fall under the 7 categories. So I wanted to ask you about that. For those that are in the Grihastha ashram but we're unmarried, we don't have children. So if you can give guidance on that.
Matravat Paradarishu. Chanakya Pandit says other man's wife is mother. So we address them as mother. So in general category also there are mothers. Yes. Atma Mata, Gurur Patni, Brahmani, Raja Patnika. These are 7 mothers, standard mothers common to all. Right. Other than that, another man's wife is also mother. Somebody who has shown motherly affection is also mother. That's the Vedic culture. Vedic culture is addressing women as Mataji. Yes. That's the way we address. That is Vedic culture. So there is absolutely nothing wrong in feeling like my spiritual master. You know how he would distribute prasadam? He would say, today is my birthday and my mother made this sweet. Please accept it. Now when I say, was his birthday? He says, every day is a birthday. Because the body is changed. You got a new body every day. So that's a birthday. And anyone who cooks for the Lord is your mother. He was brahmachari that time. He was a brahmachari. So for a brahmachari, everyone is mother in the community. Right? Yes. There is nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Anyone else has any question? No questions? Well, all right. If that's the case, we can close here and come for tomorrow's katha. Okay, one more.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I ask you a silly
Yes,
question?
yes.
Because in all these pastimes, you're telling me all these demons are begging the Lord to let go of them, to not kill them, to let them be. Is there any pastimes, whether it's when Krishna came as himself or in any of his various avatars, where he gave a second chance to a demon and didn't like kill them right away? Is there any pastimes like that? I was just curious because this is something that I'm hearing from you from all these Krishna kathas. All these demons are saying, please let me go at the moment when the Lord's about to deliver them. So I wanted to ask you
They
that.
are wanting to surrender. They are telling Krishna, let me go, but that is after they have crossed the limit. See, we need to understand that when you are within the limit, you surrender, it's fine. But when you cross the limit and don't surrender, their intention of leave me is not because that they want to, okay, if you leave me now, I'll become a devotee, wonderful devotee. Krishna forgave Jarasan so many times. That's an example because he promised to surrender, but that person did not follow his promise. But even when there was some little hope of surrender, Krishna left him because he pleaded for his life. You got it, right? So these people, they're telling, leave now, I'll come back later and again attack. They never promised any surrender. They said, oh Lord, henceforth I am yours. No, they said, we belong to Kamsa. You leave us now, we'll come back, we'll just restore our strength and again attack. That is their sense of leave. They're attached to their prana so that they can continue serving Kamsa and Maya, not Krishna. So why should Krishna leave them? So that they cause more offense? No. He has to end them. Got it right. On the other hand, even somebody made a fake promise of surrender like Jarasan, Krishna has forgiven them 17 times. Okay? Right. Sudhakar Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
A wonderful story. I was just having this doubt. Of course, it's not directly related to the story or the lessons learned from it. I was just thinking, how could this demon recognize the baby as a Supreme Lord Krishna? And when we all we, even sadhak, highly elevated devotees, struggle to find the trace of the God. How come the demon, who is not even having a 1 inch of inclination toward to the devotion, could recognize the baby Krishna in the Vrindavan?
Yeah. So as such, even Kamsa didn't know any address. He randomly sent people. You just go. It was Leela Shakti of Lord who allowed the demons to come. Yes. And it is the Leela Shakti who kept paving the way for them. Okay, you go here, go left, go right. So that is the influence of Yoga Maya acting on the demons also to ensure that that demon meets the Lord and Lord has some exercise. He gets some nice exercise, form of exercise. Okay. Yes, these demons have no intelligence to see Krishna or to know Krishna. But they somehow got the instinct that this person is our enemy. This is our target. So that is by the influence of Leela Shakti.
Maybe
Okay.
you think that Krishna is instigating them directly with his work. Is it like that
Yes.
something?
Yes. Yes. The Leela Shakti is controlling. In fact, Krishna subordinates himself to the Leela Shakti. If Leela Shakti feels it is right, they'll allow. Doesn't feel right? No. They're okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
I have a
this guy,
question. How about
demon also got liberated, Prabhuji? Sorry, this
Trnavarta?
demon.
Yes, yes. Anyone who came in touch with Krishna at least got liberation. Some of them got Sarupya Mukti also. And some of
So
them got Samipya. Like Putana got Samipya. She became she became a nurse. Agasur got Sarupya. He became a he got 400 form of Lord. Why? Because yeah, he gave pleasure to Lord. Some of the demons got mukti like that, and most of them got Sayujya. They merged in Brahman to get rid of all their truckloads of sinful activity. Okay,
okay.
right. Thank you, Prabhu. I'll just take this one last question. We'll close. How important do you think is solitude or privacy important for bhakti? There's time for everything. Yes, there is time for association. There is time for even solitude. Some of the Shastric study has to be done in solitude, and some Shastric study you can do in groups. They both will give different flavors. Solitude is very much required for reflection. Yad anudhyasina yukta dharma grantir nibandhana chindanti kovidastasya kono kuriyat patharuchim. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 14, 1 to 24, I'm sorry. 20, 24, yeah, 1 to 24. Yad anudhyasina yukta. So when we are in solitude, we get to do a lot of reflection, contemplation, and that really helps us to, get deeper. So that way, solitude is also required to do manan, deeper reflection, contemplation. What you heard now, whatever you heard today, I would request, if possible, immediately you have to run to work, that's fine. But if you don't have to, just sit down for 2, 3 minutes and try to recollect something. What have I heard? What did I get touched by? What inspired me today? Just recollect that. And that will really, digest whatever was heard. We should do that, right? After Shravanam, after Kirtanam, come and reflect your experience. In fact, the whole day's Nirikshanam has to be done. What did I learn today? What was the lesson today? Writing, reflecting, journaling. These all things can be done and Prabhupada wanted us to do this. Prabhupada spent time in solitude also, doing his bhajans, doing his writing. Some of the japa he did in solitude. Yes. So that way one becomes some space spent in solitude also gets us deeper. Is that okay? All right, we'll conclude here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय.